the report fully captures the fact that we were doing
Councillors, I'm back. I want to say that I've been out and I've put us on hold because I went and I consulted extensively. I don't want things to go through and it must backfire tomorrow. So we've consulted with our own legal. We went outside to consult with other legal. We've also gone outside to look at what was in the previous years. And yes, it is correct. This is for information. This is not for us to divide the house and to have a majority. This is just for information. After 21 days, it will come back to council. This goes out for adverts and approval of the public. So all you're doing today is we are noting, we are saying, we are taking it out to the public. It will come back to council where we will get your vote and you will get your 136. We've had a discussion here that was really intense, and I think we've reached where we are. So we will go through it. It's done. It's there for noting. And the item has been agreed to because it's 121. Secretary to Council, can we go to the next item? I thank you. Let me just see the hands. I see the Chief Whip, I see the Langa, I see the Batang, I see Councillor Nkonko, I see Samose, I see Masuku, I see Nontenja. Can I have it in that fashion? Chief Whip?
I think I'm covered. Wanted that we respond on my request, but I think I'm covered now as per your report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Whip. Can I have the Langer? Councillor Lebatlang. Just hold on, Councillor De Lange. Just hold on, Councillor De Lange. Councillor Lebatlang. Councillor De Lange is on the podium. And I honestly don't appreciate what you do. Thank you, Councillor De Lange.
Thank you, Speaker. Unfortunately, this process is not voted on an item with recommendations, items for information. We get a lot of them in section 79s. They do not have recommendations. We vote on items with recommendations. We voted on it, it was defeated, and you even ruled that the item doesn't pass. So that is your legal speak. So now this is problematic. Then the format in which this item is presented to the
Why is he
House
making a noise like that?
incorrect. We cannot do this. As long as the item has recommendations, then we must vote on the recommendations. If it had no recommendations and it's only for information, then it is a different story. So that is not correct, Speaker. We cannot continue like this.
Thank you, Councillor De Lange. Lebatlang? Lebatlang is not. Councillor De Lange, can you please close your mic? Councillor De Lange, can you please close your mic? Lebatlang is not responding, so I'll have Councillor Simon say.
I've responded.
Where are you responding from?
I'm responding on my gadget.
So, can you respond? Can you respond?
Speaker, this is quite disturbing. I think the previous speaker has raised also some of the concerns that we have as actually say number one, this report comes as an urgent report to a council meeting with recommendations. Number two, you have made a ruling. You have made a ruling in terms of where this particular, whether it's for the days or it's those who have approved the report. You have asked us to vote on this particular item. There are serious recommendations that have been made on this particular report. And we blatantly feel that terms and words are being used in reports to actually divert the reality of what are we dealing with in this particular report. So, Speaker, you have put us in a very difficult situation whereby we need to ask ourselves going forward now in this particular council meeting, how are we going to deal with other items that have serious financial implications? There are serious legal implications to us as councillors who are actually voting on items with recommendations in the report. So I think again, the decision is going to be passed. And in our view, it's quite
Councillor Lebatlang, I'm not sure where you are, but I can't hear you. There's an echo, there's cars, I'm not sure where you are. While we wait for Lebatlang, can we get Councillor Simonsi? Councillor Lebatlang. No one muted you. There is cars or is it buses? No, you were not. Is it cars or is it buses? Or what is it? No. Can you move to a place where we can hear you? We need to hear you. Yes, Councillor Lebatlang, your cars is gone now. You have moved to a better space.
Yes, Speaker. What we are saying is that we cannot be part of this particular process if we are going to continue like this. It then means that because you have done a ruling, you have given us a process, you are actually legally implicating us as councillors in a process that we are not even sure what is actually going on here, and it's flawed.
Can you send this to?
And we would then have to ask that you release us, because if we are going to continue with this, where terms are used in particular reports as information, but there's recommendations that have financial implications, and we just need to go and say this is for noting, and then you as the speaker asking us to vote, then unfortunately we'll then have to ask that we've been released and we leave this meeting, because this cannot continue like this. We'll get to the next item because people are using terms, they bring items as urgent reports, and then we just have to know things and things.
Thank you, Councillor Lebatlang.
So can you please clarify to us what is the right?
I will respond to you. I will respond to you.
We cannot continue like this.
I will respond to you. Can I give another councillor a chance? Councillor Simmons?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to make a correction here. The Patriotic Alliance has 8 councillors sitting today.
Oh, sorry, Councillor, thank you. MMC Masuku, and then it's Nontenja, and then it's Mabaso, and then we close.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I wanted to say that I raised my hand when you raised the outcome of the votes. And I raised my hand because in your outcome, you, Speaker, said the item needs 50% plus 1. Then I raised my hand, and you continued because you then, I think you were speaking to other people, until I interjected you verbally, which I know was wrong, but I interjected you because you were not recognizing my hand. You had recognized other speakers before me who asked for a vote, a recount. So I'm clarifying that I did raise my hand because I was not agreeing with your comment of 50% plus 1. Madam Speaker, I can take the criticism from Councillor Dilange and Councillor Lebatang because Councillor Dilange raises a point to say then the presentation of the report, I think he used the word misleading or not clear. And Councillor Lebatang also raises an issue to say which is which in terms of the words. And I think that criticism should not be directed to the Speaker. It should be directed to us as the executive because we bring the report. And that criticism, we can accept it in this council meeting because it means the error was on our side. And information statement, colleagues, and you can go back to minutes, you can go back to council. It is to inform council of the process we are taking. Then in 21 days' time, we come to council for that particular process of whichever loan. And then that loan can only be approved before the June council can then agree. We have to, in 21 days, send this information out. It is part and parcel of the funding plan we agreed upon as council. The other, I think I've addressed the misleading by Councillor and the format. And Madam Speaker, we always bring reports to council with recommendations. Recruitment reports have recommendations, Madam Speaker. Property reports have recommendations, Madam Speaker. Appointment reports have recommendations. So it is not true that for reports with recommendations, you don't need a consensus. But it doesn't mean it needs 50% plus 1. It does need simple majority. So it is incorrect to say to council and the public that reports with recommendations, as stated by the previous speakers, that we don't need to have voted on it or commented on it. But the criticism I can accept is that if council is saying, but executive views were supposed to say noted instead of the word approval, I can accept that criticism and officially apologize to council, but the information statement is for noting. It is not for approval. We will only approve 21 days from now. And that is actually something that all councillors are aware about, and we should not treat it as a political party issue or anything. But let's just run council. Then we can debate if we don't have the numbers for the budget in terms of the actual items when it comes and the adjustment issues. But I don't think we should be derailing council on a process that we know. And I repeat, Speaker, we as the executive can and are willing to then accede to the point by Councillor Dilanga and Councillor Lebatang on the wording and format. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, MMC. Can I go to Councillor Nontenja and then Councillor Mabaso?
Point of order, Speaker.
No, who's that?
Thank you, Speaker. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. The colleagues before me has covered most of the thing. The only thing that I'm going to request is that the executive is admitting to having made a mistake.
Yes.
Is it possible that the executive can fix their mistake while we continue with the meeting, and that be considered that this report is for information, not for voting and all that? Can they fix their mistake? That's my proposal. Thank you, Mr.
Okay, Councillor Nontenja, whilst I've heard that from you, I actually went back and looked at all the other years. And MMC Masuku, for your information, all the other years talks about council notes the information statement advert on the proposed IFC amortizing loan with 15-year maturity attachment. Then the second one is that council notes letters to both National Treasury and Provincial Treasury attached. That council notes the draft agreement and the essential terms of the proposed IFC loan per the attached draft agreement. And the last one is that council notes the indicative total cost and the essential repayment. I think you are right, Councillor Nontenja, and I think legal was also right when they said the wording does not allow us to do what we want to do. And on that basis, as I told you, that I went and I consulted, I even went as far as looking for the resolutions of prior years, and it comes out to exactly what I said, that consultation and going to look at things has given us this. And I'm saying to the executive, can you fix what is there so that we can agree that we deal with it in that fashion? I now have, this is what I'm saying, and I would want to know whoever speaks now is either in agreement that we do it in that fashion, because the executive has apologized for their wording. It's not always that we speak the same English or the same Sutu or the same Tswana. We speak it differently. So this is where the executive has erred. I first want to hear if we are in agreement with that, or are we still saying, and you heard it's not the speaker misleading you, because these are not my reports. And these do not come from my office. I'm just the same as everybody else. I'm only giving them an opportunity to present. Mlungisi Mabaso, and I think I'm ending there, and then I will hear from others to say we are in agreement. And thank you so much. What's the point of order? Who's calling a point of order?
Councillor Majola, thank you, Speaker.
Is that a point of order on me?
No, Speaker, it's a point of order on the discussion that we're having right now.
Can those that are opening their mics, Councillor Majola, can I have Councillor Mabaso? You will come afterwards. Let me have Councillor Mabaso. Councillor Mabaso, it is your turn. Councillor Mabaso, can you, Councillor Mabaso, unmute and speak?
Yeah, I've been muted, Speaker. No, Speaker, thank you very much. I think, Speaker, Councillor Masuku has covered quite a lot what I wanted to raise. Because my understanding was that this is an information statement that must go out for public comments, and there are letters that have been written to both National Treasury and Provincial Treasurers, which will then await their responses before we approve this law is council. So I'm covered in that aspect. But I think now, Speaker, because the recommendations, in fact, in a way contradicts the heading of the report.
Yes.
And that's what needs to be corrected.
Yes.
And I think legal now needs to guide us as to how do we amend this recommendations after the report has been debated and voted for. So we need to get a guidance from legal as to how now do we need to amend these recommendations so that at least they are able to speak to each other, because as it currently stands, the heading of the report and the recommendation contradicts, and they cannot then be approved in this way. And I think legal needs to give us a way forward now as to how then do we deal with these recommendations, because we need to approve or note the correct recommendations of this report.
Thank you, Councillor Mabaso. Whilst legal is applying their minds to how we are going to adjust the recommendations, I'm now going to give to why is it going up and up and up?
Councillor Majola.
I've got Councillor. No, you are not the next one. I've got Councillor Bele something.
Speaker, you can promise me that I will come after Councillor Mabas.
Councillor Majola, can you please speak? Because legal is applying their minds to how we are going to adjust.
Yes, and I think we are abusing legal here, because the reality is that we should not be asking legal how to move forward. The reality here is that if we agree that the mistake has been done on the part of the executive, then this report must be taken out. It shouldn't be part of this meeting because it's written wrong. They must bring a report that is correct with the right recommendations. So we shouldn't be asking legal. Those poor people there already were confused with the previous matter, so we shouldn't be asking them all of these questions. We should be taking a decision to say, executive, take this report out and bring to us a report that makes sense and that is correctly written.
Okay.
Speaker, I want to raise
Councillor Majola.
The issue, I'm not done, Speaker. I'm not done. I just want to make this one last point. This is not a mistake. I do not believe, I'm not convinced it's a mistake, because when you go to the reports that are following in the next items, specifically item 3, which I will be speaking on, the same thing is happening. You find the heading of the report is written, it's just for notifying the council, but when you go to the recommendations, it asks us to approve. So which is which exactly? This is not a mistake. I think someone is being silly here, and these reports must be taken out.
Thank you, Councillor.
And brought back here with the right language. Thank you,
Councillor. Before I lose my track of thought, whilst you were talking, legal was listening, and legal has said to me that it is their work and it is their job to do when they have to, and this is something where they need to step in, and they are able to assist the executive as to how to correct. So legal is all showing me a heads up that they are able to assist and do the wording.
What we are saying, Speaker, is that this is an executive report. So the executive have to do the amendments.
Yes.
And then the council so agrees. If the council so agrees, then it is read into record.
Okay.
What
So they are saying that they are saying to executive rectify, and we will read it into records, and that will be it. They are saying there is no. It doesn't just mean that the reports has to go. The reports can remain, but the reports needs to be fixed. Councillor De Lange.
Yeah, Chairperson, I don't want to repeat myself. For many, many years I sat in this council and never ever had this. When the MSC must tables the reports, then she does changes on pages so and so and so.
Councillor De Lange. Councillor De Lange. Councillor De Lange, can you get away from where you are? There's noise and you are breaking. Thank you.
Silent where I am, Chairperson. Speaker, there's no
It grins.
around me at all.
It grins. Okay, but it's fine. Carry on.
There is no noise behind me.
Carry on, Councillor De Lange.
Can I continue?
You can, sir.
Thank you. In all my years in council, this has never happened. If there's any changes to report, there is pages that come in at the beginning of council when the executive table these reports by the leader of executive. We cannot continue like this. This report defeated itself, and then you allowed a vote on it, and it was also defeated because it's a financial item. This report must then be withdrawn, and it must come back to council at the next sitting, and we must then consider a correct report. We cannot go and change after the fact. Never, ever, ever, ever has this happened. The executive stands up in the morning and says, item so-and-so, these are the pages that must be replacement pages, and then we continue. You cannot do it like this, Speaker. This is not correct, and this report must come back at a later stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor De Lange, but I think the executive has come to the point and said, we apologize, we've been wrong, and we take your criticism, and we are saying, how do we fix it? MMC Morero. MMC Morero. Non-tender. If MMC Morero, you can come in.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think we have taken some of the concerns raised, but however, it is important to note that in fact the confusion would have been on the report issue. And I think the executive has taken the matter quite seriously to say perhaps the recommendation would have supposed to have meant it's for noting. So I think it should not be a big issue in the sense that we can adopt the amendment and note the report, the amendment on the basis that this report was for noting. So that is the amendment that I would propose, and then we can then proceed with the report. It is also important that council should note that process is tightly monitored by the FMMA, so there are particular timelines in which we also have to adhere to, so that in 21 days we therefore reach the actual approval of the report. So may I suggest and plead with councils in the House that we allow the report to go through, as noted, with of course the amendment. And just replace the word approve and note. And that's what I would suggest you do, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Morero. MMC, I am now going to Tandi non-tender, and I think then I'm closing it. I'm not opening for a further debate. We are done. We all had our slice of this. We all had our slice of this. We all spoke.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Speaker, we've all served in this council for a very long time. It's not the first time that we have a report that's going to be having changes before it can be adopted or noted. The only thing that needs to be done on the whole report is to change approved, because it's not for approval, for noting. So, in other words, I second what Councillor Morero is saying. This is for noting. They must put noting. The executive must be allowed. They've apologized. They must be allowed to fix the mistake that's there. And the city has to comply with the requirements of the stipulated dates. So if we're sending it back and say it will come back in the next council meeting, and the report must still go out there. It's not for us to approve anything at this point. We have our 21 days to approve and play the political games that we are playing. Can we allow the executive? That's my proposal in secondment of Councillor Morero. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Nontenja. I think I'm closing it on that. The executive, can you please fix your report so that it says, not say approved, but it says, what's the word? That it says noted, as you did in the prior years, so that we can carry on. I think, Mam Tenj, you make a very tangible argument there. You've been the chairperson of MPEC for years, and you have seen what happens. So, Mam Tenj, I think we can close it on that. MMC Morero, MMC Masuku, can you people please go and fix your report so that the report comes to us and it is fixed? I'm not sure what you want to say, MMC Masuku, but I'm definitely not opening it for another debate. MMC Masuku, can you please continue? And then I'm closing it. It's only because you are the leader of executive business that I'm allowing you, but I'm not going to allow any of us to speak further. Loyiso Masuku, leader of executive business. Can you mute everybody?
You know what she's going to say, speak.
I don't know. I want to hear from her. I don't know what she's going to say. I'm going to hear from her. Councillor MMC Masuku, can you speak?
Speaker, on the point of order, please.
Yeah, but Speaker, you must also give us the opportunity to speak after her.
Councillor Masuku?
Our caucus leader has her hand up, Speaker.
Councillor Masuku? Councillor Masuku?
Never recognized me.
Madam, on the point of order, Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Councillor Masuku?
Speaker, on the point of order, Speaker.
Speaker, the replacement item has been...
Stop forcing her.
The replacement item has been sent.
Can you switch
The
on?
replacement item...
Can our caucus leader talk, Speaker? Can the caucus leader
Speaker, are you able to hear me? The replacement item was sent to the organization. Recognize our caucus leader, Madam Speaker. Our caucus leader.
Councillors, we are not in ECD. Can I hear the executive speak? This is not an ECD. MMC Masuku?
We are also not at old age. This is also not an old age home, Speaker.
The replacement.
You.
I see you keep muting us. What is wrong with you, Auntie?
The replacement item has been sent to the legislature.
Thank MMC Masuku, we are noting what you have said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, MMC Masuku. I am really not going to take this, councillors. I'm really not going to take this. From the morning, we had people that wanted to disrupt. Secretary to council, we have the replacement.
No.
You are out of order.
No.
Speaker, you must give political parties the chance. You say you do not note these items in this format, it must be a record.
Councillor De Lange.
Like your ruling, you said we are going to continue. Yes, you said we are going to continue. That is fine. And you must give us the opportunity on the record to say that you do not note the process.
Thank you. I will do that. Councillor De Lange. Councillor De Lange, I will do that with a pleasure that you have said you do not note. I acknowledge that, and I think we've all heard you saying that. Whoever else speaks will do exactly what Councillor De Lange has done. Can I have Councillor, I don't know, Margaret Ubani, I can't see your name. I just see your name is Margaret N.
It's Councillor Tembo.
Yeah, I can't see the balance. I just see Margaret.
Yes, we share the same name. Councillor Speaker.
Yes, you can come through.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am asking for a caucus break, probably around 10 or 15 minutes for Action SA, please.
Okay, we'll only allow Action SA for their caucus break.
Thank you.
MMC Masuku, you wanted to say something? Your hand is up. Your caucus break starts now, 10 minutes.
What time?
You're coming back at 13:59. It's 13:49, you're coming back at 13:59.
Speaker, allow me to please, Speaker.
I think she does, actually. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. Colleagues.
Speaker, that Coke is not healthy for you.
You making me drink Coke. Can you switch off that? ask the executive to give us the replacement.
Speaker, allow me the opportunity to just let you know that your line is really distorted, hey? We can't hear you properly.
Oh, thank you, Councillor. Let me see.
Just switch off the mic.
Oh, okay, I was using two mics. Apologies. Councillor Margaret, I'm not sure what the surname is. It's N. Can you please report back?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Madam Speaker. As Action SA caucus, we are done with the caucus break. The first point, Madam Speaker, would like to note our dissent with the recommendation that I've changed on item number 1. And the second point, Madam Speaker, would like for you to do a roll call, because we can see now the numbers are dropping. So we are all aligned and we know how many people are still in this meeting. And the last point, Madam Speaker, I would like for you to please stop saying Action SA is a caucus that likes to disrupt. Please, let's work well together and stop with the name calling. Apart from that, we want a good relationship with you, but where we are heading or where we are now is not a good place. So please, let's be professional with everyone so that business of the day can continue. Thank you.
I believe the caucus that I love the most is Action SA. I love Action SA more than any other caucus, so I can't be calling you disruptors. And now I know you have my name, so now you are even in full support of you. Councillors, okay, we are going to check who's in the meeting. I see we have 161 in. Margaret, can I go through the list so that we are able to say who these councillors are that I see here? The first councillor I see is Margaret Arnold. The next one I see is Tefo Rapadu, Anthea Leach. No, it's going to be difficult. I don't think I can do it that way. I will ask caucuses to check for me who their councillors are that's here. But also the executive, can we have your replacement? Your amendment. I need to check up. I see we're 161 in the... We're 161. Can I ask that whoops check for me where the councillors are? I will start with the AIC. AIC, how many councillors do you have now? Switch off. AIC, how many councillors? Thank you. APC, are you here? APC, are you here? Okay, Councillor Machete is not responding. Al Jamaa, how many councillors are you?
We have 2 councillors.
Thank you, Al Jamaa. PAC, are you in the house? UDM, are you still here? AHC, are you still here? Okay. PA, are you still here?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
IFP, are you still here? IFP?
On point of order, Speaker. IFP is here to stay. Speaker, can we also see the faces of the councillors, please, Speaker?
Honorable Councillor.
You are now going to take 2 hours.
No.
For the
Cope, are you here? Cope, are you here? Cope, are you here? No, please. ATM, are you here? ATM, are you here? Thank you, Cope. ATM, are you here? Good, and UIM is not here. DA walked out, they are not here. ACDP, are you here? ACDP, are you here?
Yes, Speaker.
All three of you? Freedom Front Plus, are you here? Freedom Front Plus, are you here?
Madam Speaker, yes, we are. Just please remember, we've put in an LOA for 3 o'clock due to political
Yes. EFF, are you 27 here? EFF? Okay, EFF, are you here?
Yes, Speaker, I don't know, simply put, I should confirm.
Okay. ANC, are you 78? Has anybody left from the ANC?
ANC is here, Speaker.
All of you? Okay.
All of us are here, 86.
Okay. You can't be 86. You are 78 currently. Okay. Ini?
Speaker, Councillor Delana, on a point of order, will you grant me?
Yes, sir.
Speaker, just please note, I see that now we're at 167. As we look at the quorum in the beginning of the day, we cannot have a higher number all of a sudden. That we can't allow online, and we have never done it like that. So we must look at the percentage of how many councillors was here when we did the original roll call. This is only to check if we are less, but we can't be more.
Yeah, this is what I'm checking. This is what I'm checking, Councillor. I'm actually checking. That's why I'm asking if people are all here or people are not all here. And what I'm getting from PIC has not responded, APC has not responded, the UDM has not responded. So I'm actually 1, 2, 3 less councillors. ATM has responded, am I right? I'm just trying to check with what I... Is ATM here? Yeah, ATM has responded. So who has not responded is PIC, APC, and UDM. And UIM is not here, DA is not here. So obviously we will have that less of 166. There's someone that's very disturbing online. Okay, can we then carry on? Can I ask from the executive, their replacement, or what is it called? Their amendments, thank you, before I use the wrong words. The amendments, executive, Councillor Marrero, or the LEOB.
Confirmed.
Do you have your amendments?
Yes, Speaker, we sent it through and it's loaded on the link. It's loaded on the Google Drive, Madam Speaker.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Can you read them into record for us? We'll read it into record. New ones. You need to read the new ones. Where's the new ones? We are going to read it into record so that we are all on the same page.
Councillors, the amendments on item 1 are as follows. Recommendation 1, that Council notes the information statement advert on the proposed AFD amortizing loan with 15-year maturity attached hereto as Annexure B. And the second recommendation, that Council notes the letters to both National Treasury and Provincial Treasury attached hereto as Annexure C. The third recommendation, that Council notes the draft agreement and essential terms of proposed AFD loan per the attached draft loan agreement attached hereto as Annexure D. And lastly, that Council notes the indicative total cost and essential repayment term of the proposed loan per attached amortization schedule attached to Annexure E.
Thank you, Secretary to Council. Is the item noted as with the amendments?
No.
I see one hand up, and that is the hand of Councillor De Lange. Can I just say this before everybody screams down my throat? I've got the dissent. Councillors? 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 I have the councillors? Councillors? I have the dissent. I have the dissent of Action SA, as she had given me the dissent prior. And then I will take Councillor Harris. Oh no, Councillor De Lange, and then Councillor Harris. Councillor De Lange.
Speaker, you must give us opportunity just to say what I previously did.
Yes, Councillor De Lange. Councillor De Lange, jy het net verdwyn nou. You gone.
Ja, ek is hier so, dankie. Jy het nie vir my gesê ek kan inkom die speaker, maar is reg. Speaker, ja, I don't agree with the process that he followed. We do not notice a report and the record must just reflect that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor De Lange. I've got my namesake, Margaret Nobute Mtembu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to agree with Freedom Front, as the Action SA Johannesburg Caucus would also like to note our dissent on this particular item. Even with the recommendations that have changed, we note our dissent. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Ntembu. Councillor Ronald Harris.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Can you please note the ACDP's dissent as well? We are not in favor of this fraud process that has taken place. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Harris. Okay. We are done with item 1. Thank you, councillors, and thank you for the patience that you had through it all. We learn, we all learn, and things happen. And we have all learned today. Councillor Mabaso.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'm not taking the meeting back, but I think, Speaker, in terms of the process, we need to be assisted. especially by our legal team, because they are here to advise us.
Yes.
So that we do not take wrong decisions or flout our own processes. And not to say I'm responding to what other colleagues have raised in the meeting, but if there are submissions in council on record to say we are not part of this inquiry process, then it then makes an assumption that some of us are involved in an incorrect or in an irregular process. So I think, Speaker, in the future we need to address this through our legal team, so that whenever decisions are taken here, we are also in the zone to say where this process was legal and this process was correct. Because if there are records which we can make an insinuation that there are legal processes that we have engaged ourselves on, whereas we have a legal team that advises us on the correct processes and that processes for council to take. I think it's something that we need to address in the future. So I wanted to raise that. Speaker, because from where I'm sitting is that now I was involved in the legal process, and the rest of the legal team there to advise us on correct processes that we should engage ourselves in this council.
Okay.
And I think it's something that we should not ignore for the future.
Thank you.
This is a legal body, and we are expected to take legal processes in.
Thank you, Councillor Mabaso. Councillor Mabaso, as I said, I have asked for advice extensively, and the legal advised that we could make we could deal with the amendments the way we dealt with the amendments. Legal are saying they advise. It depends on us how we deal with the advice, but I have asked advice from them, and that is how they advise. And I don't think we are flouting anything. We have gotten advice from them, and thus also we came with the wording that was assisted with the executive. I think I want to close this, and I think you are completely right that we need to deal with this in future and always. In the right manner, because we don't want to sit on the wrong side of the law. Can we proceed? I see Councillor Harris' hand up. I'm not sure what this is, Councillor Harris, if it is in line with what we have dealt with, but I've closed the item, and I've already asked the secretary, the acting secretary to. Oh, I see your hand is down, acting secretary.
Councillors, we proceed with item 2, which is a special adjustment of the operating and capital budget for the 2023-24 financial year as a result of national government grant review.
Thank you, councillors. We are having the following speakers: Councillor Boer. Councillor Boer.
I'm here.
Okay.
It was quite concerning to see that National Treasury has deemed it fit to reduce our city's budget by 444 million rand for the year. Although it's not a huge amount in our total budget of 88 billion, it's only a 0.5%. But however, it is still concerning that National Treasury is taking funds away from us. And if you go to the government gazette on the detailed report, it seems that those monies were given to Rustenburg and George municipalities. It was taken away from us. Nowhere in the report does it give any reason for the reduction in this grant. That is concerning. But it is as it is. The Freedom Fund did not support the adjustment budget because it is not realistic. And this 444 million is not going to make a difference on our opinion. We are still not going to support this adjustment either. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Mpolobosho. Councillor Mpolobosho, Moloko Mpolobosho.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Without wasting your time, then thank you very much, Speaker of the African Congress. and we're supporting them in that one. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Caldine. Councillor Caldine.
Speaker, greetings to the Joburg 9 councillors led by the incoming Premier LMC Kenny Kumenia, our focus leader, and to our new Chief Whip, Councillor Lewis Simonsa. A special salute to our newest councillor to the back, Councillor Paul Mukwena, the protocols observed. Madam Speaker, I rise to speak on the special adjustment of the operational and capital budget 2023-2024. As the Patriotic Alliance, we note with concern the huge reductions in grant funding affecting mostly the portfolios under the Patriotic Alliance. These cuts mean that the backlog of formalizing informal settlements to assist with illegal connections lead to many problems for the ratepayers and entities collectively. This is a clear indication that we have to remove the current provincial and national government to ensure that all municipalities, entities and portfolios are treated equally. However, Madam Speaker, I must say, we have full confidence in our capable MMCs that will steer the ship through these stormy seas. Perhaps this is a blessing for us as the PA to ensure that post-elections, all illegal foreigners must be mass deported to open up space to serve those that matter, the South African electorate. While these adjustments are smack in the face of residents and the city of Johannesburg, definitely a joke of note. Woza 29 Mackenzie Woza. Abahambe, undocumented foreign nationals, Abahambe. Madam Speaker, onze president heeft gezegd, die hond is niet meer los nie, die hond byt van vandaag af. Salut.
Thank you, Councillor Caldine. Councillor Ganso.
Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I greet you. Let me also greet the HNSA caucus and its leader, Councillor Muthem Tembo. The city has effectively lost grants from transport, PEP and housing to the tune of nearly $500 million. What led to this crisis? These grants are being returned to national and being redirected due to non-expenditure, which stems from non-performance and failure to plan. The city is ultimately going to be the biggest loser in this instance, and I wonder if this administration will be explaining what led to the forfeiture of these grants. This is a problem of the JMU's making, and as a result, the city will suffer. We do not support this item and want to make it very clear that it's this administration that is effectively defunding itself through incompetence. Speaker, we do not support this item, and we strongly advise that this administration reconsider its entire approach to governing and managing the city's finances. Thank you.
Councillor Netamba. Thank you, Councillor Ganso.
Thank you, Speaker. Greetings to the caucus leader of the EFF, Special Raserote, the Chief Whip of the EFF, Teresa Mahapi, not forgetting the 29th Battalion of the EFF, and the two capable MMC of the EFF. And as the EFF will approve the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Netamba. Councillor Buthelezi from the ANC. Councillor Buthelezi. Councillor Buthelezi. Probably trying to connect. I can't see Councillor Buthelezi coming up. MMC Morero. MMC Morero. MMC Morero. Councillor Buthelezi and MMC Morero. Where are you? Or MMC Masuku? MMC Masuku? Oh, there's, thank you, MMC Morero. I can see you.
Yeah, thanks, Speaker. We do support that point. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Speaker?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, MMC. I can hear you, MMC Morero. Councillors, the
Thank you.
Councillors, the recommendations are on pages 2.7 to 2.8. Is the item agreed to? Can you mute them? Can you mute them? Councillors, I'm not sure where we went to with the way we were screaming again. Do we vote on this?
As actioners say, we agree.
Okay.
Action SA does not agree, Madam Speaker. Please let's recognize the people who are standing on fourth thing.
No, and it is on record, eh? It is recorded.
Actually, no, Madam Speaker, that person is not from Action SA.
It is recorded. Okay. Can we then get from the blocks who is voting how? Can I get an indication how you are voting? Councillor Mogape?
By block, ANC block agrees.
Okay. Councillor Mogape? Councillor Mogape?
Block agrees.
Okay.
Speaker, all 27 councillors from here in South Africa today, we agree with the report.
Okay. IFP?
ACDP does not agree.
Who was that?
The ACDP does not agree, Madam Speaker.
Yeah, can we please wait until I call you? Otherwise, we are going to have anarchy. Otherwise, we'll have anarchy. I've got the ANC, I've got the EFF, I'm calling the IFP. IFP?
The IFP supports the report.
Okay. COPE? COPE? Agreed. ATM?
Agreed. Did you say ATM, Speaker?
Yes. ATM, how? Okay. AHC? AHC? Agreed. Okay. Freedom Front Plus?
Speaker, we do not agree with the report.
Okay.
For Freedom Front Plus, we do not agree. No.
Action SA?
As Action SA, we do not agree, Speaker.
Okay. UDM, are you still in the house? PA,
Also, we agree with the report, Madam Speaker.
no. PA, you agree?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. No. Who didn't I call? Al-Jama.
Al-Jama agrees with the report.
Okay. Who didn't I call? Oh, AIC, what are you saying? Hey, AIC.
agrees with the report, Madam Speaker.
Yashega AIC, yo. Agree? Okay, I've got ANC, EFF, IFP, ACDP, COPE, ATM, AHC, Freedom Front Plus, Action SA, UDM is not in the house, PA, Al-Jama, AIC. Is there any that I left out? APC, Machete, Ageko. Machete. Okay. Right. Can we see, can we have counting here done? It's only Action SA, Freedom Front Plus, and ACDP that's out. So it's 3 from ACDP, 4 from Freedom Front Plus, and 36. So it's 43 that says no.
Minus 167 minus 43.
167 minus 43. It's 120. Is there anybody that abstains? Councillor Mohape? Is there any party that abstains? There's no party that abstains. Is this can you? Okay, this one is not carried because we need 136. That's what I get from legal. And I'm not going into, yeah, that's what I get from legal. It must be 136. It's not carried. Are we starting? Are we seriously starting? No. Who's that? Who's that? I think we need to have a rule for behavior. I really think we need to have a rule for behavior. We are starting to talk to each other just the way we want to, as if we are somewhere in a place where we are either doing something else. Secretary to Council.
Councillors, we are on item 3, which is requesting council to note the contract extension for commercial banking services contract A448.
Councillor sorry, apologies. Councillor Masuku. Apologies, colleagues, I've got flu. Councillor Masuku?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, on item 3.4, page 2.4, we ask Council to note the replacement on the recommendation 1 of the word approved is actually noted.
Thank you, MMC. it's actually what we had in a discussion here, but thank you very much for bringing it to our attention early. Trying to get my breath. Councillor De Lange.
Thank you, Speaker. In one word, again, the process, we do not know the support that should have been changed to the deal with the stable council. Thank you.
Are you then saying Councillor De Boer is not going to speak? I'm just trying to find out.
That's it. It does not go this way.
Okay. So
Councillor Masuku requested the amendments be made on that report before.
Councillor De Lange, I just want you to note that Councillor Masuku asked for the amendments to be made actually even before the Secretary to Council has tabled the report. So Secretary to Council has not tabled the report as yet, he's only going to do it now. As Masuku put up a hand, I turned my laptop for him to table, but we saw Masuku's hand, and that is when I turned my laptop back to myself, so he did not table as yet. So can you please table? Thank you, Councillor Masuku. Can you table the report that needs to come up now? Apologies, colleagues, I have flu and as my voice disappears.
Councillors, item 3, request Council to note the contract extension for commercial banking services contract, which is A448, with Standard Bank of South Africa to finalize the transition phase for the procurement of the new contract.
Thank you, Secretary to Council. I'm now going to the speakers list. Councillor Masuku, can you come in? She's going to say she's given it already. That I know. Councillor Masuku, Ubani. I can't see from here. Councillor Mpolobosho. There's Councillor Mpolobosho and then Ukanyele.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are three speakers supporting the report. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Mpolobosho. Kanyele.
No, thanks very much, Speaker. I think that was odd hands. I was just require some refreshment, some water this side. Because we don't have a water, but we sit there in the table, it's everything okay. But it was the odd hands, people.
Councillor Kanyile, I don't know where you're sitting, so I can't send water to you. I'm going to the speakers list. Councillor De Lange said Councillor Boer will not be speaking. Can I get Councillor Majola?
I didn't say that, Speaker. I didn't say that. Please give me this opportunity. Thank you. I didn't say that.
Councillor Boer?
Madam Speaker, yes, on this item, we are in such confusion today. Just to get the report legalized says we're not going to approve this, we have to note it. This is not for noting, this is for approval. The Standard Bank contract has expired in 2017 already. We have already approved as council the new contract with Absa Bank.
When he said they don't want the snap, the langa, he said Boer will not speak. Huh? He said Boer will not speak.
This is not a notice, this is for approval. So we cannot approve another 65 million for a 4-month extension of the whole Skilling contract, which has left 7 years ago already. We have approved the Amsterdam contract, and why is it not in place? And there's a note in the report that says Treasury has taken note of detailed banking services requirements from fresh produce market and from their swimming pools, museums, library for the banking needs. This is not acceptable. It cannot be correct. The contract needs to be extended by 4 months. It costs us 65 million to the residents for incompetence. So the Freedom Fund will not approve this report, and we will not vote this report. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Raadslid Boer. Councillor Majola.
Thank you, Speaker. The request to extend the contract with Standard Bank for a further 6 months, which puts us to a full year outside of the original contract, demonstrates the extent to which the GNU-led government has neglected its duties. With the wild part of all of this is that councillors are being asked to force residents to foot the bill as a result of this dereliction of duties. We cannot, Speaker, continue to force ratepayers to pay for services we cannot ask residents to pay for services on a month-to-month basis when we should have already entered into a new contract. At the beginning of the current financial year, in July last year, we knew that the contract with Standard Bank was coming to an end in October 2023. By this time, steps should have been taken to prepare the city to enter into
You are dealing with me today, no?
Today, the executive is asking this House to give consent and to legitimize incompetence for the city to continue to be tied into this Standard Bank contract for a full year. By the end of October this year, the city will have spent over 700 million rand in this arrangement. The city has in the past been accused of not having taken steps to prevent fruitless and wasteful expenditure. XNSA will not allow this to continue to happen. We refuse to wastefully spend ratepayers' money on contractual relationships that we should have long come out of. Earlier this year, a new contract with ABSA was approved. It is not clear why this has not come into effect yet. I want to warn Speaker that if this House approves this extension, there's no assurance that this executive will not come back to us again in October to request for a further 6 months extension. In fact, Speaker, it is time that we call for an investigation into this matter. XNSA would like to know what is the reason behind all of these delays. We need to find out who has not been doing their job. And for this reason, Speaker, we do not approve this request. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Majola. Councillor Netemba from EFF. Let's have all your discussions when I'm done.
Thank you, Speaker. As the EFF, we know the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Netemba. Councillor Sandane from the ANC.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Greetings to the caucus leader of the African National Congress, Jefferson. Greetings to all the councillors. Greetings to you, Speaker. Speaker, as the ANC, we would like also to make mention why there is this extension, because I hear the action say they want the reason why there is this extension. Speaker, the extension is as a result of ABSA having requested that there's a clause that needs to be changed from the original contract. So it is therefore for that reason that we are asking the House to approve the extension so that the clause that ABSA is not happy about will be changed. We would not like to see ourselves going to court again because of the clause that is there, and it will make us to look incompetent. So it is proper for us to approve this report so that we allow the clause that ABSA is not happy about. So that's the reason why we are asking, we are having this extension, so that the clause that ABSA is not happy about might be changed so that it becomes favorable. But equally, we need to have a period of about 3 months so that the transition between Standard Bank to ABSA does not have hiccups where we won't be able to collect on the basis of we would have been quickly transited from Standard Bank to ABSA. So it is for those reasons that we are asking for the House.
Remember, we were Standard Bank,
very much.
but we're going to ABSA. Thank you, Councillor Sindane. Councillor MMC Morero. MMC Morero.
Is in a meeting in Soweto.
Who's responding? MMC Masuku.
This team is animated. Please, let them type for each other.
MMC Masuku, I saw your hand up.
The problem with this network connectivity.
I think we need to put it on record that the MFMA, section 116 of the MFMA, says that we must just table for council. It's actually Act 56, 2003, section 116. A contract or agreement procured through management policy of the municipality or municipal entity. And so it gives us what that it must do, and the reasons for the proposed amendment, which we have explained in the report, the reason for the proposed amendment, on a month-to-month. Councillors, Madam Speaker, must please read Action SA. It's not a 6 month, it's a month-to-month extension, not exceeding 6 months, Madam Speaker. We ask Council to please note this report as tabled. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Masuku. I'm just looking for my notes here. They've taken my notes away from me. I'm just trying to find my notes. I've got my notes. I've got it here. We're on item 3. Hey, Andile, you funda too much. Okay, is the item noted?
No.
Thank you, councillors. Thank you, councillors. Thank you, councillors. I'm not even sure who's screaming noted and who's not screaming noted. I remember we're not in the chamber. I think in the speeches, Freedom Front Plus and Action SA said they are descending from what your speeches were. Just hold on, Councillor. Councillor Ralston, can you please mute? Councillor Ralston, kan jy asseblief jou mic afsit? Councillor Margaret?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Please note our dissent from the
Thank you. Okay. I'm not sure who's Stembelo Majola. I think your leader has spoken. Ronald Harris.
Madam Speaker, please note that the ACDP will not approve this either.
ACDP, Action SA, and Freedom Front Plus.
Let me just say for the record, do I have the floor?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, for the record. Sorry, Speaker. We do not notice the record, and the Freedom Front Caucus will be leaving in 5 minutes.
Baie dankie. Thank you, sir. Secretary to Council. It's noted. They are saying I must say it loud and clear. The dissent of Action SA, Freedom Front Plus, and ACDP. So the item has been noted, and we also note their dissent. Thank you. Secretary to Council.
Councillors, we're on item 4, which is rescission and amendment of Council resolution of the proposed list of portion 3 and 7 of F14 Riberia.
Councillor Matabane.
Hi, Speaker.
Yebo.
Councillor Zakia, I'll be speaking on that. Councillor Libatlang.
Can I do that? Yeah, it's fine, Libatlang. Your time starts.
Thank you, Speaker. Let me greet our focus leader, Councillor Tengu, actually the councillors and all the colleagues present. Speaker, let me just unpack our position on this particular report. Number one, we feel that this report is mixing particular issues. Firstly, the amendment to the particular portion that is being presented in the report relating to the land that has to be released should have come to us as council as a separate report so that we can deal with the amendments that the executive wants us to change. Secondly, if you look at the benchmarking of the rating in the report, they're also confused because it speaks about 8,000 rand per month. Is it 1,000 rand square meter? Is it 1,000
I don't read much anymore, like I used to.
What does this report actually want us to amend? Thirdly, Speaker, if you look at why we have asked several questions, Speaker, there is a need in the background.
Can I please have whoever's making a noise, please stop making the noises. If it's here, can we leave the door? Okay, thank you, Libatlang. The floor is yours.
Thirdly, we have asked what is the urgency of this report to come to this particular council meeting. And the response from the executive is that the Child Baby Foundation might be losing funding. But if you go into this particular report, there's no annexure or attachment with an agreement between the Child Baby Foundation and the funder in terms of the time frame. So we are just told that we must come to the council meeting. It is an urgent report, and that the Child Baby Foundation might lose money. But there's no attachment. We don't have any proof. We're expected to make a decision on non-dispute reports without enough evidence. So clearly, Speaker, in our position, we cannot approve this particular report. And that we actually align this to a political thing that is currently happening. All of a sudden, when the executive mayor of Johannesburg goes and visits the Child Baby Foundation with the premier, with all the MNCs, this report comes through as an urgent report. All of a sudden, Child Baby is all of a sudden campaigning for the ANC. This particular report needs to be approved before May, where there's no clear document saying that they are going to lose funding. So how do we approve this document without efficient information and separating the amendment that we have to do on this particular portion of land? And this is a huge particular development, Speaker. Asset of the city is going to be given to this foundation without clear information, without clear facts in terms of what is the rating, how much money is the city going to be making out of this, and how is the residents of Johannesburg particularly going to benefit from this particular portion of land. So we do not support this report, and therefore we do not want it to be approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Libatlang. Councillor Talekwa. The door, guys. Councillor Talekwa. I'm not sure where Talekwa is. I'll go to the next one, and if Talekwa finds himself online, we will allow him if the time is not over. Councillor Bolani.
Greetings, Speaker. Greetings to you,
Dr. Councillor Naramberan of the ANC, greeting to fellow councillors. I feel sorry for councillors of Action SA who are part of the Economic Development Section 79 committee. When someone does not understand what has been deliberated in the
You can carry on, Councillor Bolane. You can carry on.
Okay, thanks, Speaker. I'm just first to open up by quoting President Mbeki, former President Mbeki, when he was saying, as Africa, I quote, as Africans, we need to share common recognition that all of us stand to lose if we fail to transform our continent. This is a very important project and program that as the ANC we believe and feel that as the City Council of Johannesburg we should support. We should not forget that when we are on a point of order.
Who's rising on a point of order? Because I don't see a hand. Huh? Kabelo Moatsi?
Thank you, Speaker. It's Councillor Moatsi. Speaker, it is not the requirement in this meeting that councillors must belong to Section 79, Economic Development, in order for them to know what is happening. They are very right as councillors from the city of Joburg to be in this meeting. Therefore,
thank you, Councillor.
Say it is speaking for the councillors from the Economic Development, Section 79 committee.
Councillor Cabello, where you are, there's a lot of noise. Are you done? Can you close your mic? Thank you, Councillor Cabello. I've noted what you said. Councillor Bolane, can you continue?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a very, very important program that the City of Johannesburg can lose. We should not forget the magnitude of former President Mbeki. He was instrumental in September 9, 1999 with other heads of states of the Organization of African Union in issuing a declaration called Sirte Declaration, announcing the establishment of the African Union. During his time in office, President Mbeki played a pivotal role in positioning South Africa in the regional power broker, thereby promoting the idea of solving African problems with African solutions. President Mbeki has played an influential role in mediating peace deals in Burundi, Rwanda, Ivory Coast, and the Democratic Republic of Africa. So, it is incumbent that President Mbeki, in a statement, that the City of Johannesburg should approve for the amendment of the Council resolution for the list of portions 3 and 7 of PRA 14 Rivera to the Chakumba information in compliance with Section 4.2 of the Municipal Finance Management Act 56 of 2003, with Regulation 34.1b and 86 of the Municipal Assets Transfer Regulation 2005 and Council Supply Chain Process 4. So it is incumbent to us to do a normal thing in support of this noble cause. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Councillor Bolane, are you done?
Yes, I'm done, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. MMC Mnisi. Can I check before you come, Councillor MMC Mnisi? Is Councillor Telekwa in?
Yes, I'm in.
Thank you, Councillor. Can you please give your input?
No, thank you very much. As the EFF, we agree, or we agree with the recommendations.
Okay, thank you. MMC Mnisi.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I think it's important that we assist through you, Madam Speaker, Councillor Libatang, with a few concerns that he raised that leads to them as Action SA not supporting this particular report. I think firstly, Councillor Batang raised the issue of 1,000 rand that is not explicit in the report. The 1,000 rand, Madam Speaker, is the rate that is charged for social lease. So this 1,000 rand will be charged per month in the facility or the property of the city. And then the residents are
on me and not on all of
benefit
you.
from this program because it is going to assist us with attracting motorists into the city of Johannesburg.
So that turn the camera on me and not on all of you.
And because they are also going to build a library, and residents will have access to this library for educational purposes.
And not on all of
so,
because you can see the
and I think the last issue on why are there no attachments to the report, we did not include the attachments because we believe that the last report that was tabled did have all the attachments. So if councillors need to make reference, they can just revisit the previous report. Therefore, Madam Speaker, we are asking the council to support and approve this report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mnisi. Just hold on. We are by item 4, and the recommendations are on pages 4.6. Is the item agreed to?
No. Agreed.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I've noted that the recommendations are on point. I've noted that the recommendations are on page 4.6. I'm getting mixed, agreed and not agreed. It's Action SA and Freedom Front Plus and ACDP that I noted that did not agree. Am I right?
Madam Speaker?
Yes, sir.
The ACDP agrees with this report.
ACDP agrees. Action SA? There's a hand up, but I can't see whose hand it is. Libatlang, it's your hand. Okay, Action SA don't agree. AFF agrees. IFP?
We agree.
Okay. UDM, are you around? COPE?
Agree, Madam Speaker.
ATM? MMC Magwenchu?
I'm supporting the report, Madam Speaker. Agreed.
AHC agreed prior. Action SA did not agree. PA? Thank you. Al-Jama?
Agreed.
AIC?
Agreed. Agreed, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. So it's only Action SA and Freedom Front Plus. I thank you. The item is carried.
Councillors, we proceed with item 5, which is acquisition of F1094 and New Domfontein, which is in 14th Lower Ross Street in Domfontein. apartment for alternative rental housing purposes.
I'm going to the speakers list and I'm calling on Councillor De Lange if they are still in the house, but I know they said they left in 5 minutes. It's 3:11. Are they gone? Action Freedom Front Plus is gone. Action SA. Moatse is not around. EFF Telekwa.
Hi, Speaker, sorry. Should I continue or? Okay, let me.
Just hold on. Just hold on. Action SA. As your councillor left.
No, Christopher Mkhale must speak on the item. He's here. He should be speaking on the item.
But you were about to speak. Can the person speak? It's what? Motashe. Moatse.
No, Christopher Mkhale.
Perfect. It's a phone number. Next worker said in the wrong state about.
Hi, Bo. Who's that? Can your councillor speak, Lebatang? Councillor?
Yeah.
Who's on there? There's a Councillor Mothala that's on now. Are you the one speaking on the item?
Yes, I am the one speaking on the
Can you continue, please?
Thank you, Speaker. A special greeting to our caucus leader, Nobuhle Mthembu, and our chief whip, Zaki Bakar. Speaker, I'd like to speak on item 5, the acquisition of EF 1095 New Downfontein apartment for alternative rental housing. Speaker, as Action SA, we don't see a need to purchase any apartment for rental housing purposes. Due to, as the city, we have too many high-tech buildings that we can refurbish and turn them into a low-cost housing. As a city, we are going to add more buildings into an asset register and fail to maintain them and end up with another high-tech building that has cost us, as a city, millions of rands. Money that could be put into good use, like making sure. And
Councillor, I'm not sure where you went to. Councillor. Okay. You breaking, Councillor? What money?
Speaker, am I still audible?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Thank you so much, Speaker. As I've said before, Speaker, we cannot always spend money on buying buildings. The city cannot always spend millions of rands of money. That the money that could be put into good use, like making sure that security receive their benefits and residents have water. So, Speaker, as Action SA, we are not supporting this item. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Telekwa.
Thank you very much, Speaker. As EFF, we do agree with the recommendation, but looking at our manifesto, what we call pillar number 1, we said it clearly that our land was taken from us, and the will say that willing buyer policy doesn't work. Even today, it doesn't work in the whole country. So we agree with this concept. We say no. Instead, the government must instead of buying, which is stolen properties, most especially because our land was taken from us by force, were removed from places where we're staying, you can say Midrand, Pretoria, all those Tran and all that. It was black people staying there. The land was taken from them by force, but now you find that when we go take the land back, we need to recompensate the people who stole that land. So it's very much disturbing in that manner, because we really need land distribution policies which will guarantee land access by all Indigenous people for residential, obviously, more especially industrial and all. So if we were expropriating that land without compensation, it was going to be easy. We're not paying anyone anything. What we do, we just offer our people the land that belongs to them. So as EFF, we continue that we expropriate land without compensation, because as we approach the resolution of the land question, will continue to be anchored on the principle of expropriation of land without compensation. That will never change for equal restitution and use. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Talekwa. Can I have Councillor Bolane?
Greetings, Speaker, greeting councillors. Speaker, I'm going to speak on item 5, acquisition of PRF 1094 New Funding, 14 floor Ross Street, Funding apartment for alternative rental housing purpose. Housing has been an albatross in our necks. It is very important for us to reduce the homelessness of the people, of our people. And it will also help us, especially for the people who are employed and who reside within the CPT area, to be mobile when it comes to attending to other issues. Hence, it is important that, Speaker, as an ANC, we are supportive in agreement of the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bolane. MMC Mnisi.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. We appreciate all the inputs by the councillors. But perhaps let us also make, or rather respond to some of the inputs by councillors. Firstly, start by saying that the asset that we are buying it for housing purposes. And the city of Johannesburg, it is important that we increase, our asset register. So that's why we are buying this property for housing and commercial use. And lastly, Madam Speaker, this is part of the inner city regeneration program, and we are requesting councillors to support this report. Thank you.
Item for noting. The item is for noting. Is the item noted? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, councillors. I love your voices. The item has been noted. Thank you. Thank you.
Councillors, we are lastly on item 6, which is office accommodation.
MMC Masuku. MMC Masuku. Can you unmute yourself? MMC Masuku, unmute yourself. MMC Masuku.
Sorry, Speaker, my gadget froze. Speaker.
I think it went into freeze mode again. MMC Masuku.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, the acquisition of an F, Speaker, is approval. So can you please just correct your last word, because you said noting and then everybody said noted.
Okay.
Because when we acquire it, we actually have to approve. It's delegated to council.
Okay, apologies. The recommendations are on pages 5.4 to 5.5. Is the item agreed to?
No.
Okay. Councillors, we had such a nice way of doing it. We have such a nice way of doing it. Can you mute everybody? Can I get from the ANC, are you in agreement?
Approved.
Okay, the EFF?
Agreed.
Colleagues, I need one person per party to give me that. EFF, are you in agreement? Councillor Mogape? Is that EFF?
Yes, Speaker, they are buying the land. Even they are buying the land.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you, Councillor. Councillor Mogape? Councillor Mogape, can I get your response? Okay. IFP?
Agree, oh, Speaker, we agree.
Thank you, Councillor Mogape. I've got that. IFP, you in agreement?
Agree, Speaker.
I'm on who's in the background? ACDP? They have.
ACDP agrees, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. COPE?
No.
COPE?
Agreed, Madam Speaker. Agreed, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, COPE. ATM?
Approved, Speaker.
Thank you. AHC? AHC, President. Freedom Front Plus has left. Action SA?
We do not agree.
Okay. PA?
We agree, Madam Speaker.
Al-Jama? AIC?
Agreed, Madam Speaker. Agreed.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Councillor Polabosho, are you still around? AHC?
Yes, Madam Speaker, I'm still around. I'm agreed.
Thank you. The item is carried. It's only Action SA that's in dissent. Thank you.
Councillors, we are on item 6, which is office office accommodation and parking facilities for the city of Johannesburg for a period of 9 years and 11 months in compliance with Section 33 of the Municipal Finance Management Act.
The speaker's list is Councillor Delanga, who's no longer here. We'll go to Councillor Doyle. Councillor Theo Doyle from the PA.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Greetings to you. Greetings to the Patriotic Alliance team, to our chief work, all protocol observed. Madam Speaker, I will be very quick. We all know and understand that any environment where one is based needs to be fit for purpose. With that said, I trust that the process of dealing with the task at hand will be done in the best way possible. Also, at the same time, taking in consideration spending within the budgets. I believe we are all part of one team, with one goal, and that is to serve our residents to the best of our ability. But in order to do that, Madam Speaker, we need to make sure that we are all well equipped wherever we are based. So just in closing also, Madam Speaker, I just want to share with you very quickly, the fastest growing political party in the country, the PA, just had two great victories last night in Ward 9. They won there, and in Ward 11, which is Oudtshoorn, and in Swartland. Salute, 29th of May, Kenzie is loading. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Doyle. Action SA Mohlala. Ageko.
Thank you.
Oh. No problem. No problem. Can you carry on?
Thank you so much, beautiful speaker. Special greetings again to our beautiful caucus leader, Muslim Tembu, and our capable chief whip, Zandile Bakar. Speaker, I would like to speak on item 6, office accommodation and parking facility for the city of Johannesburg for the period of 9 years and 11 months. Speaker, as a city, we are grappling with financial challenges. Yet the city, we know that the city doesn't have money. Yet we want to spend 120 million per annum to lease office space and parking space. Speaker, as I've alluded before, that the city has too many buildings that can accommodate all the city's departments. Why would we spend so much money to pay for a lease instead of having our own already existing buildings? That would make us save a huge amount of money. Speaker, I'm going to take you back. In 2016, Action SA's President Herman Mashaba, had a breaking ground on the inner city property rejuvenation program. That will see the redevelopment of the city's owned building. As the MMC has said before, that this is a rejuvenation program of the inner city. Why don't we rejuvenate our own instead of going to lease for 11 years, 9 years and 11 months? Therefore, speakers, Action SA don't support this report. I thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mohlala. Can I have Councillor Molala from the EFF?
Thank you, Speaker, and all protocol observed. Yes, the EFF, you know the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Molala. Councillor Bolani.
As the ANC, we agree with the report in principle of the inner city regeneration. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Bolani. MMC Mnisi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have noted all the inputs by the councillors. This report is for noting in compliance with Section 33 of the MSMA. We are asking councillors and councillors to note the report. Thank you.
Okay. Is the report noted?
Noted. Noted. No, it's not noted. No.
The dissent of the ACDP and Action SA is noted. So the item is noted. It's 40 people not noting the item. I thank you. Councillors, we have come to the end of our council. I want to thank you all for being here, and I also want to thank you for your robust participation. I know it's not easy sometimes, but thank you very much. And I want you to be reminded that the State of the City address and the debate will be held on the 2nd and the 3rd of May 2024, respectively. So this meeting has been adjourned and I wish you all well. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.